What's up YouTube? This is Skunky coming from London, UK, and I have done some videos recently whereby I wasn't wearing a leopard hat, holding tea or smoking. So I figured I'd include all three things in this next video, which is basically going to be me just filming my gear that I use when I am playing guitar. I've done individual videos on my three main axes here. The only ones I'm not going to bother really doing a video on would be the Stag acoustic down here, but I'll show you that in a minute, and the Stag electric Strat copy there, because I have no fucking idea what that shit's made of. I should also add, in this coming video, there has already been smoking. There won't be any alcohol or strippers or nudity. I can't guarantee there won't be male nudity, but there will be lots of swearing and bad words. So if you don't like swearing or bad words, then you have come to the wrong motherfucking place, because I am English and we're on a whole different level of swearing over here. So don't fret. It's nothing personal. We just like to swear a lot, and it slips in, and I've really tried to do videos where I don't swear, but I find halfway through the fucks and the shits and the cunts, they just slip straight in. So without further ado, I am going to change angles and just film some shit and just talk about it real quick, so you guys can see what I have for no apparent reason. But my one subscriber probably wants more videos, because I don't really have many, and the ones I have uploaded, I had a mohawk, and they were quite old. That was over a year ago now. So yeah, and there've been a lot of guitar focused videos at the moment, because I've really got back into it. So for anyone else that's interested, I will be doing videos on other things. I meant to do a lot on my car, but shit fucking went wrong with that, and with money, so I've really lost interest in that in a minute. But I will make videos on health aspects, because I suffer from celiac disease, which is an autoimmune disease. I'm also lactose intolerant, so basically the only thing I can do is consume tea which contains 7 sugars and coconut milk and smoke. So that's why I swear so much, because I'm fucking pissed off all the time. So as I said, without further ado, let's see the goods. So here I am in my den, because I am a wolf. I'm also a skunk, and I love leopard print, if you haven't already told. Could tell. I'm not actually high, believe it or not. This is just a fag. Golden Virginia Smooth. I swear by it. Anyway, don't smoke. It's bad for your health. So what I'm gonna do is, like I've already said what I'm gonna fucking do. So I'm just gonna crack the fuck on with it. There, you can see a something I made. It's a frame from IKEA that I bought, and inside it, I basically bought some fucking white paper and decided to spray paint shit on it, and I made a little heartogram template, because I do love him. They're not my favourite band, but and I'm into a lot of heavier shit as well, Devil Driver and all sorts of shit, man. It would take me fucking all day. I mean, I work for HMV, so I got into an awful lot of music, and a lot of shit music as well. But anyway, I made 2 of those, the other one being over there. There's also a couple of cat ornaments, and my iPod dock you can't see, but I use that to play guitar with, because yeah, backing tracks are a win. So anyway, here we have a leopard, and now the interesting thing about this is I also bought it from IKEA. The thing is, I have seen that in a porn video online. It was a lesbian one, so I did mention there'll be no nudity, but I'm talking about porn, so figure that one out. There will be no boobs, unfortunately. If someone could just post in a comment, just draw a pair of tits for me, that'd be great. Well done. Anyway, that's a zebra. He calms me down. There is, see if you can see this. That is a baseball bat. That is a Louisville Slugger, because I love to slug motherfuckers over their head. I love to bash their brains the fuck in. Anyway, something else I thought I'd show you, because I'm a big Metallica fan. That is a Metallica poster there, signed by the team that I used to work with at the first HMV store, which unfortunately closed. Anyway, let's show you some of the guitar gear. I'm going to switch to the front camera on my iPhone because this one sucks balls, and I'll show you some stuff and I'll talk about it. Okay, so we start off with the guitars. I've wall mounted them, and I've found online debates, because everyone loves a mass debate, about hanging guitars by their neck. Some people say never do it. Other people say if guitar stores around the globe do it 24/7, then why not? I've hung mine up. They've been hung up for almost a year now. No problems whatsoever with tuning or neck anything. Nothing's gone wrong, so don't fret. And they've not fallen off. They are cheap stag wall hangers. They cost me about £5 here in the UK each. And believe it or not, they're better quality than my walls. So don't worry about hanging your guitars up by the neck. I also accept no fucking responsibilities if you hang your guitars up and they fall down. So do not blame me. From left to right, we have got a candy apple red Ibanez GRGR 121EX. That is made in Indonesia, and I've done a video on that, so go check it out. To its right, we have an ESP LTD KH202, almost, right. It's in black, it's a Kirk Hammett signature, it's made by a LTD over in China. Good guitar. I've also done a video on that, so go check it out. That hanging there was my first ever guitar. It means the absolute fucking world to me. It's a Stag, God knows only what. It's got 22 frets, 2 single coils, and a humbucker, which have gone yellow with age and probably nicotine and smoke, which fills my room on a daily basis, and my lungs for that matter. I wonder what the colour of my lungs are. Anyway, that is beautiful to me, and I would replace that if it got nicked. It's very cheap, and I love it. It has taken such a beating, and it's still here, and it's great. That pick guard was never black. I painted that black. I spray painted it and added the pinstripe in because the original one went a horrible shade of yellow, and I wanted to make it look a little bit different. I also replaced, because they broke, I replaced the machine heads on it. They were chrome ones, they're now black, and they're not too great, but the ones I replaced were only a cheap set. They cost me about 30 quid from Holiday Music or Strings Direct, based in Southend in the UK here, and so far they've held up okay. To its right, we have my prized possession, which is the ESP LTD EX50, because I'm a massive fucking James Hetfield fan, and it's the sort of, it's cheap, it's cheerful, but it's great, and it sort of does me, and I love it, and it's in white, and I really wanted a white guitar, so I bought it. Sorry about the shaky camera, but I'm doing something rather rude with my other hand. No, I'm not. Here's one hand, the other one's holding the camera. Right, down there, haha, that is an acoustic guitar. I don't know why I bought it, because I never play it, and I hate to be one of these wankers that has bought an acoustic guitar just to have one to put in my room. My only saving grace is that I actually play the electrics hanging up here, so don't worry. I just covered that one in stickers. It cost me a grand total of £30, brand new, from a shop in a town called Romford, and I think the reason I bought it was because it was so cheap, and I just figured, why not? If I ever decide to go busking or travelling, I still wouldn't take it with me. So, down here you can see there, actually, oh look, there's the brown stuff, and another heartogram. It's sort of spot the heartogram now. If you can tell me how many heartograms you've seen, post them in the comment section, and you will win a free handshake from me if we ever meet. So what you can see behind the T there is a little model of a Kirk Hammett signature guitar. I figured that if I had that one and then sort of the real one up there, it might be kind of cool, and had that for years, and it's awesome. That they're sitting on is actually a Harman Kardon subwoofer, which is part of my surround audio-visual experience. What we've got down there is 2 shells from the Falklands era. They are fired and have been deactivated, and you can see down there behind the aftershaves. I like to smell good whilst I go out shooting shit, so they are 3 12-gauge shotgun shells, and they are in fully working order. They are live. That is live ammunition. You don't get to see the guns because that would be there'd be too many bad things in one video. So Okay, let's talk about some of the amplification that I've got. I guess my main weapon there is the Line 6 Spider 3 75 watt, and it's a solid state amp. I mean, a lot of people rip on Line 6 and rip on solid state amplifiers in general, but I think for the price that I paid for that, and I did buy it from new, it's one of the only, apart from my guitars, that is one of the only sort of bits of kit that I bought new. Apart from the strings, because I don't find used strings sound very good. And I've had that for absolute years now. I've had that for at least as long as I've had the KH2. I can't even remember, you know. I can't even remember how much that cost me. But I mean, I like it, and I use it. Obviously, it's my main amp. It's the only one I've got, and it can rattle your fucking hat. I mean, I needed to turn that thing up past a couple of notches because it's just way too loud for bedroom use. But it's got a lot of shit on it. I mean, this phone don't autofocus, but we can get in a little bit closer. And obviously you've got your amp models on there, so you can switch it from anything from clean through blues, crunch, metal up to insane. You got your drive, and then your individual controls. It's got 4 channels, so you can select up to 4 channels. I think there is actually a dead wasp on the treble control, so that's what you can see there. There's lots of bad things in my life. Right, it's got like It says you can have 3 effects running simultaneously. I presume they include reverb in that because it only has 2 effects knobs, and you can, on each effect knob, you can select 3 different effects, and also have the reverb running as well on your master volume there. It's got a built-in tuner, tap tempo, it has headphone in, and lots of presets. Over there it's got a line in, AUX in, your auxiliary in, you got your guitar 2 cable jack, and I've got a foot switch, which I picked up used from a bloke in Harlow for 40 quid, which was a bargain. I wanted it because I keep my amp here in the corner nice and tidy, and dragging it out every time I play guitar, which is like every day, is a pain in the arse. I figured if I bought that, then I could just sit over the other side of my room and change channels, tune my guitars in with that, and also it's got a volume pedal on it, and you can switch it to wah. The wah pedal function on it isn't great, but it's better than nothing, which is what I previously had, so that's all good. That's just got an Ethernet cable running out of it and into your amp, and it works. It's great. And for 40 quid, it's about 89 or something new, closer to £90 new. I did buy a 2-channel selector switch new for about 30 quid, and I've done a video on that, so go check that out as well. Be good. But then I decided to buy that because it's got the extra features on it. So when I'm sitting down, I will sit on that. That cost, fuck me, that was like £90, that Fender stool. It's comfortable, it's sturdy, it does its job. My arse still goes numb after like an hour of sitting on it, but the cushion on the top is fairly decent, and you've paid for the Fender branding on it, but I really wanted one, and I couldn't find any bar stools that were like, bar stools, guitar stools, for cheaper than that. And I even asked shops if they had any old used ones that they'd give me or sell me, but none of them did, so never mind, I bought one new, and I don't regret it. Better than sitting on your bed. Right, you can see behind the acoustic there, I've got an Orange Crush 10. It's a 10 watt practice amp. I bought that off of a bird down in Southend, earlier this year actually, and I bought that because I go over mates or my mum's, and I wanted something I could just take with me, but that also had some distortion in it, because, I mean, that is not a bad amp, but I wouldn't buy it new, and I'd sell it, to be honest, because it's okay, and it's loud, but the gain on it, as soon as you turn that volume up or gain up, it hisses like a motherfucking snake, man. And that ain't to do with the guitars, because I've plugged every single one of my humbucker guitars into it, and it does it no matter where you are. So on top of it, that is a Marshall MS4. It's like a little micro stack. It's completely portable. I put a 9-volt battery in there, and you can take it around, and it actually has Marshall tone, and it's surprising how loud that thing will go. It won't be good if you've got a drummer, but that is something that if you want a portable amp, you could probably, you could take that into the street and jam with it, or over a mate's house with another guitar, and you could easily jam through that. Distortion wise on it, it does have some. It's more of a crunch. It's not, you're not going to get great metal tones out of that, but then if you've got an effects pedal, you can run it through that as well. It also has a headphone out, so that's great. It has a couple of little like your volume, your gain, and a overall tone control on it as well. So on top of my amp, my line 6 there, I've got a Super Octave, which is a Boss OC3. It's an octave pedal by Boss. It is fairly awesome. Doesn't track chords as well as some others out there apparently, but I bought that. It cost me like a fucking £100 a few years ago, and I only bought that because I play a lot of CKY songs, and if anyone knows who Darren Miller is, then he is basically a massive octave pedal himself, so you kind of need one of those if you want to play some CKY. Moving on, there's some regular slinkies. Ernie Ball, pretty much just my string of choice, so that's what I use. Next to those, Dunlop Yellows. I think they're 73mm. Let me just check that out. Yep, 73mm picks. I love them things. They're sort of my pick of choice, I guess, and I've got a few of them, as you can see. I've got some GHS Fast Fret. String lubricant, keeps your strings clean, and it supposedly, makes you play a bit faster and improves your string life. Next to that, some Dunlop 65. It's lemon oil, and when I change strings, I rub some of that into my fretboard. There's debates whether or not it's any good, or you can just use water. There's certain neck types or fretboard types you shouldn't use that on, but that doesn't apply to me, so I use it anyway. It smells good. And next to that, there is some Kaiser's or Dr. Stringfellow guitar polish. Apparently it's non-abrasive, so you can use it as much as you fucking want on any wood surface. And it keeps your guitar shiny, so why on earth wouldn't you use it? So anyway, that is just the run through of my stuff. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm sure to update this when and if I get anything new. So that image there, what you can see right now, is pretty much my life. If you was to remove the acoustic and put an electric there, that'd be great. But anyway, thanks for watching, and peace out.